Hey there, Luminary here, and it is Saturday, October 1st, and it's a day with no news, so I'm going to ramble on just a little bit, give you a little bit of updates on what's going on. I finished TehRayvin's interview this morning, and that was an awesome time. I don't think I've ever had so much fun talking to one person, and I'll be releasing that video, I believe Wednesday, when I don't really make content, so you'll have the Let's Plays that I'm doing, and you'll have TehRayvin to listen to, and that's going to be about 43 minutes long. It was really an epic time, and I hope you guys enjoy it. I went and I found a lot of the assets of a lot of his old vids, and I put it in a favorites or a playlist folder, so you guys can look at it. And it starts off with Deadsickgirl's intro for TehRayvin, and I ended up telling him about that. He's, oh yeah, I need to use that, so you should be seeing that particular intro come up in his future videos. And it's been 1 month since I started doing this. 1 month since I started broadcasting. I'm proud of myself. I've kept to it every day. I've tried to release content every day. It was kind of slow at first. My biggest regret is that I can't do the bumps all the time. I really like doing the bumps, but every time I do it, it's about a 3-hour engagement. That's from recording and importing and creating, going back and listening to everything that I said 4 seconds at a time and commenting on it, or telling a story and making sure it lines up just about right. If you look at some of my first videos, it's not exactly timed right, so there's black spots where there's nothing on the screen, and I regret that, but I've gotten better just by listening to it 4 seconds at a time. So a 5-minute video ends up being something that takes a really long time. Then I got to put it into the editor, and then I have to time all the slides. And that reminds me, for those of you that are curious, I use nothing but free software. Free software or stuff that I've bought for minimal cost. Like, I think Fraps was $37. Audacity is free along with all the plugins. Virtual Dub, that's also free, and I use Virtual Dub for the XVid encoding. So it's been an adventure, especially for the Let's Play stuff. I'm not exactly sure if I'm going to do any more after I finish up Mirror's Edge and Darksiders, just because, I don't know, I don't want one of the companies to, just turn around and go, you know what, we're just going to turn off and ban everybody. And that would just leave me devastated, because it really is good stuff. I don't understand why a company, now I can understand why a company wouldn't want anybody to sell their intellectual property. I reread EA's terms of service, or was it software license agreement? I think that's what it is. And it said that anything used with their assets, not necessarily becomes theirs, but they have a right to use it any way they see fit. So that means if they find my video, they can pretty much do with it as they want. They can monetize it, they can advertise it, they can push it around, which, that could be a good thing, it could be a bad thing. So that's fine. And THQ is, if you ever read their end user license agreement, and I'm taking a big risk on that one, it says that I say that I will not do certain things, and one of those things is create a public performance of, and I'm not sure if that applies to streaming or what. I realize it's their assets, and I don't know. I don't understand how other YouTubers can get away with it. And I don't, if you ever look up Darksiders, you'll find lots of Let's Plays. So where does that leave me? I don't know. I just don't want, if the ban hammer comes down, I just don't want to be underneath it. And I think the best way to do that is just to not put myself there. But if that were the case, I think Total Biscuit would be in very big danger of losing everything. I mean, he's got a lot invested in his channel, and that would suck pretty hard. But nothing's wrong. I don't have any copyright strikes against my account, and that's good news. So I'm going to continue to do it for now. I've already started it, and there's some folks that have communicated with me, and they enjoy it, so I'll keep it going as long as you keep watching. And that's good. So yeah, on to the other stuff. Let's see here. As far as interviews are concerned, I think J Dios is going to be interviewed. I'm not sure when. Probably next Friday or Saturday, maybe. I'm not sure. I'm probably gonna try one a week, or if I can, I'll probably pack them all into one. I'm not exactly sure yet. that would just be one day of just epic recording and audio editing, and it'd be crazy. So yeah, free tools. Everything that I have is mine. Yeah, except for, the gameplay stuff. It's been a wild ride, and I've made lots of friends along the way. And I appreciate every one of you, especially you, Mr. TrollberryRizla. If you're listening to this, you have just about made my day every time that you come on and comment with your trolly stuff. It boggles my mind. I'm real impressed. I don't think I've ever seen anybody snap like that. It must be a UK thing. I'm not sure. Not that I have anything against UK folk, but it's something. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, check out my last Darksiders video, and he tells me some really crazy stuff. And he gets pretty violent. In fact, I think his comment's still in my channel box. It says penis cookies. So I really don't care. And that's another thing too. I remember watching Boogie. He released a video not too far back dealing with bullying and the death of a 12-year-old. I think it was Michael something. I can't remember it. It's not important that he died. It's important why he died. And I'm learning that it's not necessarily who or when. It is why things happen. And this poor kid, he killed himself because he was bullied. And bullying affects people differently. And Boogie makes some good points with let's see here. He starts talking about tribes and whatnot, and how it used to be versus now. And I have to agree. I would have to say that's the way it works. And bullying has different effects on different people. You can either let it happen and you just become the outcast, or you can overcome it, or you can conquer it and, just decimate everything around you where people want to be just like you. From going from socially awkward to being the powerhouse. That's some pretty crazy stuff. Trolling is kind of like that, and a lot of people take it too seriously. I honestly would rather you guys come and troll on my channel than to go troll on somebody who might actually care about what you think. If you're going to give me constructive criticism, I'll be more than happy to discuss it with you. But if you're going to troll, I'm going to have fun with you. I don't care. It doesn't matter. I've always been able to talk my way out of a situation. And, one of us is going to break or quit. And that's all there is to it. I'm going to get let up. It's just once it starts failing, I'm going to be like, you know what? I'm going to go to sleep now. I'll check you later. So that's something important. Bullying is not a good thing. I don't think anybody should ever experience that, but I also think that there should be a toughening ritual that will make sure that 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 the world isn't sugar-coated. It's pretty horrible. No matter how bad you think you've got it, there's always somebody else that has it worse. And that's true for anything. I mean, it even goes the opposite way. No matter how good you think you got it, or how good you think you are, there's always somebody out there 10 times better than you. And that's one of the hard lessons to learn. So you just become real humble. And you do what you can and you have fun with it. And that's all there really is to say about that. I've always been able to talk my way out of a situation. Always. Very rare I got into any type of conflicts that required fighting or put me in a state where I wanted to end my own life. I've always been one of those chronic happy people, there's no reason to think that far in to want to end it all. That's pretty deep stuff. Nothing could be that bad. Oh, my girlfriend left me therefore. And, and there's a lot of pity parties out there too. I remember one of my friends, his ex-wife married this guy, and whenever he didn't get his own way, he threatened that he would shoot himself in the face with a shotgun. And she, and it went on for a while, and later it turns out he said it, and the guy went out to a hospital out in Arkansas, I think Rogers, maybe Bentonville, I can't remember. He went out to the hospital with a shotgun on the hill and blew his face off. Like he would have to, eat and breathe with 2 different straws. Then I guess he was hoping that if he did that, the hospital would save him. And there's no amount of heroic efforts that will save you from your face turning to oatmeal. So you've got to think about that too. I mean, bullying is one thing, but pity parties are also another. I have tolerance, but I have more tolerance from trolling and bullying than I do for pity parties. Pity parties, I pretty much say, deal with it. And I think that's going to be the theme. Deal with it. I'm going to do as I'm going to do. If you don't like it, you don't have to be here. So, yeah. Well, that's all I'm going to speak on today. It's been a epic week, and I look forward to hearing from you guys about the interview. And there's plenty of links about everything that we talked about. I couldn't even put everything in the tags. So look out Wednesday for the interview with TehRayvin. Until then, do check out his assets in my playlists, and give Deadsickgirl some props for the epic job she did with his intro. She's got some talent. She really does. Well, that's it. I'm Luminary, and I'll see you Monday.